Hello YouTube, this is Chris here again. In this video, definitely not going to be 20 minutes. You know, I wasn't realizing that 20 minutes is just a tad bit long. I don't know. Pretty shitty weekend. I mean, again, I think one thing Donnelly doesn't do in his videos, and I'm not trying to be Donnelly Miller. The reason why my first two videos have him involved is because he's a guy I saw on YouTube that I had maybe a little doubts in at first, even though I watched all his videos. But after I put my first video out and he responded, I kind of went back and rewatched a lot of his videos, especially his early work, and I was way off base. So that's since done. So from here on out, it's all about me. Donnelly has his life, and now it's time for me to focus on what I'm doing here. And I tell you what, if he can build up a following, then maybe I can. I don't know. I think for me, I would love to be able, and this is a ways out, but I would rather meet people. And I know, okay, we can't really see faces. And I've always been told, and I've even experienced this, don't trust people on the internet. Now, back in the late 90s and early 2000s, I think the internet was a much newer place, and not really everyone was into it. And AOL was popular, and I met some girls off of there that would listen to me and talk with me, and I got there in person, and I personally never lied. Now, back then I didn't have a way. Now this is back in, I guess, 99, 2000. Actually, 98 to 2000. I didn't have a scanner, so there was no pictures of me, and digital cameras were not even invented yet. And if they were hundreds of dollars, hundreds and hundreds of dollars, way more than they are now. But no, I did not lie about myself. I told them that I was a big guy. I was 5'10" and a half. You know, I weighed at that time 240 pounds, that I had dropped out of high school, but I was planning to get my GED. And I was just looking, you know, to make some friends. And I was honest, you know, in my chat I let them know I dealt with depression and stuff. And the girls seemed open to it. But unfortunately the thing was, they just felt sorry for me. And when I met three of them, there was three of them. I met them in person, and god damn it, every single one of them, as soon as I approached them, we were all scheduled to meet at the mall, and that was the place where you met. Every single one of them, when I got to them, said, "Oh my god, you are ugly," like you said, because back then I was let them know that I thought I was ugly, and they're like, "Oh no, you're not. I'm sure you're not." And granted, see, 98 through 99, so what was that? I was 16 through 18 then. And these girls were the same age, maybe just a tad younger, maybe like 15, 16. But three of them, every damn one of them said, "Oh my god, you really are ugly." The first one straight up said, "Oh, you're ugly, I'm out of here," left. The other two were like, "Oh, you really don't look as good, that good. And the second girl," and I remember these distinctly, this is burning my brain. Like I said, the first girl instantly said she was out of there. Second girl was like, "Oh wow, you were telling the truth. I'm sorry that you know, I led you on and everything, but I really thought you were just playing around." So that was what the second girl said. And the third girl, she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you know, you described yourself, but honestly, I didn't think that. I thought you were lying. Maybe putting yourself down. I expected you to look better than what you said. And it's not because you're big. It's just because, you know, you really, you know, I can't be seen with someone of your image because you don't look that good. And, you know, I gotta try to keep a certain image." And she's like, "Well, I thought you described yourself, but I thought you were like muscular, not fat." Come on, I told you I was 240 pounds. And I described myself. I never once said I had muscles. So like I said, the first girl, gone, you're too ugly, out of here. Second girl kind of like talked in herself, you know, said a little more. She felt bad for me. She said, well, I really didn't believe it. And the third girl, similar situation, and it was about her image. So, I don't know. I know I'm getting close to 5 minutes here, so this is going to be a series of videos uploaded today in chunks. And they're all going to be me wearing the same clothes. I'm just going to chunk them. So you don't have to, if you want to watch one over the other. This one right here is just a little bit of my situation with females early on in life. I turned to the internet, and where I was getting at is with YouTube now, maybe, just maybe, the internet has changed a little bit now that more people have it. I am hoping that there are some real genuine people out there on the web, and maybe, just maybe, I can actually meet some genuine people. Now, I honestly do know there is a chance I could meet a murderer or a killer. Come on, I'm a big dude. Even though I'm depressed and I'm miserable and I have anxiety, if you are a murderer and you come after me, you're gonna have to put up with a fight. So I'm not just gonna stand there and take it, because I do believe in the right to bear arms. And I'm not gonna get into it, but let's just say that I do own protection, which I probably should not own in my mental state. But later on I'll get to suicide and all that stuff, because I don't want to commit suicide. I'm not suicidal, period. I used to be, but I'm not. So further on we'll discuss. And like I said, you're going to notice I get way off topic. I go from one thing to the next, and I'm sorry. But through the YouTube thing here, if people watch, I'm just hoping that I think I would like to get to know someone over the internet first. I think you start there, and then you share photos and images and videos, because that's the popular thing these days, of each other. We can communicate back and forth. Like, you'll send me a video and I'll send you a video. Skype, I don't have a webcam at this time, but that's something I may want to get into, because I'm so like shut off from the world, so isolated. Like in one of my comments I wrote back to someone, I haven't had any contact but with 3 people in 8 years. My grandmother, my psychiatrist, and my counselor. That's it. I have had no contact with anyone else. My brother and sister want nothing to do with me. At holiday time, guess what? On holidays, what do I eat? A turkey sandwich and some instant mashed potatoes and some macaroni, Kraft and cheese. I mean Kraft macaroni and cheese. That's my Thanksgiving and Christmas. And in Christmas, it's a ham sandwich instead of a turkey sandwich. But that's going to come to the end of this video. Now just a little quick one to give an update on what's going to happen, what you're going to see. And if it doesn't seem like, maybe you might think I'm not depressed, and maybe you might think I'm crazy with some of the things that I say. But when you're shut off and you're isolated from the world, and the only person you have to talk to is yourself, that's right, I said it. I'm going to admit it right here. I talk to myself. So there. Think whatever you want. Call me crazy. I don't care. I talk to myself because when you're alone, I don't answer myself, but I talk to myself, because it's hard to sit in the house and keep your mouth shut. So if I'm watching television, I'll start and I see something, well, I'll talk about it. To myself, so what? Don't care. Don't care. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Because people with mental issues need to admit it, need to put videos. And I know this is a longer video than 5 minutes. I apologize. I'm going to shut it off here and pick it up in the next one.